Today's video is brought to you by Squarespace. I discovered some of my favorite movies through channel surfing when I was a kid on cable. Some of the movies I found through cable would pique my interest enough that I would then rent them on VHS to watch in full, or have my mom record them next time they were on TV, commercials and all.
I really hate that man.
But then there were other not-so-fortunate movies that I never sought out, and they all ended up in sort of a movie graveyard in my head, blurring together in a dreamlike fog.
Oh, I get it. It's a dream.
In my last video, a retrospective on the bizarre 1981 comedy Under the Rainbow, I noticed many comments suggesting that a lot of you had similar experiences growing up.
So there be sorcery afoot.
It made me reflect back on movies I saw as a kid that have only stayed with me in parts.
Can you make anything fly?
I have a little trouble with alphabet soup. I keep dropping the letters.
And then, when a certain former child star found his way into the news recently,
Oh no!
it unlocked a memory of seeing him in a fantasy adventure film in the 90s. A quick internet search revealed its title, Magic Island.
Oh yes! So it is.
In truth, I don't think I ever saw this movie in full, rather just snippets out of context, as it seemed like it was always airing on cable from the mid to late 90s. Beyond starring Zachery Bryan, I could remember little about it, just that it featured strange monsters, mermaids, comical pirates, and a tree that sprouted pepperoni pizza. Which, again, I couldn't be sure wasn't just my child brain incorrectly recalling the hot dog tree from Big Top Pee-wee.
I call this the hot dog tree. Because, well, it's a hot dog tree.
In any event, I figured this movie would be a great first installment, in a new series I'm calling You Didn't Dream This Movie. So let's look back at Magic Island.
Well, you just relax, sit back, and enjoy the show.
First off, let's explore why this movie never amounted to much beyond its airings on cable TV. Released in 1995, Magic Island was produced by Full Moon Features, which makes it a pretty open and shut case as to why this movie lived and died on cable. Full Moon Features was the successor to Empire International Pictures, a small-scale production company formed by filmmaker and aspiring Roger Corman Charles Band, director of countless cult B-movies, like Trancers and Prehysteria. Band founded Empire International after his dissatisfaction in acquiring distribution for his own films. Through Empire, he was able to give dozens of sci-fi and horror filmmakers a home for their movies.
The writer who gets $1 million to write a screenplay is still using that same couple dollars worth of paper that the guy who do it for $500. And the talent is talent, you know, it's just who has that talent.
While their first big hit came in 1985 with Ghoulies, Empire also gave life to some of the biggest cult films of the 1980s, including Reanimator, Troll, and Rawhead Rex. The company's early financial success allowed Band to purchase a dedicated studio space and Gothic castle to use as production offices, both just outside Rome. Castle Freak, another Stuart Gordon film, was later shot at this location.
We're sometimes compared our little movies to pictures that cost 100, 200, 300 times the budget. And again, it's not an even playing field, you know, when you make a little movie and you're on the video store shelf next to the same genre film that cost $150 million.
Though Empire experienced financial success initially, by the late 1980s they were no longer turning a profit.
From here on, we split up.
Band was forced to relinquish control of the studio to its creditors, and he returned to the US, where he then founded Full Moon Features. Band decided this new venture would concentrate more on the direct-to-video market over theatrical releases, and very early on he secured a major distribution deal with Paramount Home Video, who distributed Magic Island.
It really starts with a concept, visual usually, along with a title that I know has enough magic going for it. You know, our little window as it relates to direct-to-video is in fact the front of that little VHS box or the DVD box. So it's got to be something compelling enough. I mean, there's a lot of criteria, and of course we don't hit it every time.
At Full Moon, Band found renewed success, producing the immensely popular Puppet Master series, along with other B-movie franchises like Subspecies, Demonic Toys,
Playtime!
God, somebody shot him!
And several new Trancers films. By 1993, Full Moon had earned enough capital to expand their market, and Moonbeam Entertainment was formed as a subdivision that would focus on producing family-oriented films for the studio. Honestly, any of the movies that Moonbeam put out would make excellent candidates for this series. But today we're going to focus on one of their most popular ones.
It's called the Magic Island.
As a digital creator, it's been really important for me to find a website builder that I can rely on to best connect with my audience, which is why I am so excited to be partnering with Squarespace for today's video. I'm sure you're familiar with their name, but are you familiar with just how committed Squarespace is to elevating your brand? Well, let me tell you how. Squarespace provides all the essential tools needed to succeed in launching a website. Whether you're an entrepreneur in need of an online store to sell products, or an independent creative looking to showcase your work, their customizable layouts will help you easily create an online space that feels unique to you and your brand, no matter what your website goals may be. I've used site builders in the past that quickly overwhelm me with their confusing navigation and clunky design, but that hasn't been the case with Squarespace. Through their interactive Blueprint AI, I was guided through a series of expertly crafted colors, fonts, and layouts to choose from, quickly allowing me to achieve my vision. Their user-friendly features also help me seamlessly integrate YouTube videos and audio feeds into those layouts, which is vital to my brand. Other website builders have made this process so complicated, but Squarespace made it so easy to navigate. They also provide a vast library of stock images, which was so helpful in adding variety to my website. Have you been debating launching a website of your own? Well, now is the time. Head to squarespace.com for a free trial, and when you're ready to launch, go to www.squarespace.com/hatsoffentertainment, and you'll save 10% off your first purchase of a website or domain. Now, this movie didn't reinvent the wheel, and like most direct-to-video kids movies from this time, it liberally borrows elements from more popular genre films, such as The Goonies, Home Alone, and The Princess Bride.
Are you kidding? Fencing, fighting, torture, revenge, giants, monsters, chases, escapes, true love, miracles.
Doesn't sound too bad. I'll try and stay awake.
As the story begins, we meet 13-year-old Jack Carlisle. As this was the 90s, I'm pretty sure it was dictated by law that any kid protagonist had to have some kind of family dysfunction to contend with. In this case, Jack is feeling neglected at home, due to an overworked single mom and a dad who has recently gone out of the picture.
Do you really think she'd rather work than spend time with you?
If you don't mind, I'm busy.
Jack does have someone looking out for him, though, in the form of a Miss Cleo-like nanny named Lucretia, played by Janae Dubois.
You want adventure, excitement.
Call me now for your free tarot reading.
When Lucretia catches Jack attempting to run away from home, she gives him a magic storybook and sends him to his room to watch public domain pirate movies. The storybook then literally sucks Jack in, and he finds himself transported back to the 1700s, on a mysterious place called Magic Island.
Why, the year of our Lord, 1796, of course.
The 1700s?
He quickly meets a merry band of treasure-seeking buccaneers, led by the dashing Prince Morgan. Basically, Carrie Elway's at home.
I have faith in you, Mad Jack, to guide us safely through the jungle with your magic.
With him are his first mate Gwen and Muscle Dumas.
Kinda look like a grunge man.
Yes.
Together, these three actors effortlessly capture the energy of performers you'd see in an Orlando dinner theater adventure show.
We'll be another mouth to feed come summertime.
And another hand to fill with treasure, once found.
Pirates Dinner Adventure, Orlando, Florida.
Hot on their trail is a group of pirate scoundrels. And no, that's not Weird Al, but rather French Stewart, playing a character named Saperstein.
No. It's Steen, sir. Saperstein.
That's what I said! Saperstein!
Another pirate crew member is played by classic I Know That Guy character actor Abraham Ben Ruby.
Well, there be a turkey tree down there, Jolly. Can't you see it?
A turkey tree, say you, huh?
While Wishmaster himself, Andrew Devoff, plays their leader, the legendary Blackbeard.
There be no ugly faces here. Except yours, of course.
Now, while these guys absolutely devour all of the scenery around them, it really makes me miss a time when adult actors absolutely let loose in cheap kids movies like these. A few scenes in, memories started flooding back of watching this movie as a kid, a testament to just how fun their performances are.
Forking Sorcerer is obviously making a fool out of you. What? Us? Me.
By far, French Stewart and Andrew Divoff are having the most fun in their roles, and it shows in every interaction they share together.
So go on now, Scott. Scott Brown up that tree. Go on with you. And see you don't send none of them coconuts crashing down on me head.
When Jack tries to use the book to return home, he discovers that he has become part of the story, and he must join Morgan and his crew as they race to find the island's hidden treasure before Blackbeard. Living up to its title, the movie basically ends up throwing Jack into one fantastical set piece after another.
The magic be all around us.
Starting with the pizza tree.
I told you so. See you guys. You never believed me.
They even busted out the dolly zoom to show what a special moment this is in the movie. Hitchcock would be proud. Although this pizza looked far more appetizing on both the box art and in my memory.
That is for certain.
Jack soon meets the first of the dangerous inhabitants of the island, in the form of a sand shark that guards this tree. If this creature looks familiar to you, it's probably because it was a reused mold of a creature from another Moonbeam film, called Dragon World. It's amazing how something can go from cute to unnerving with a few slight modifications. Jack is then saved by a mermaid named Lily.
Lily means mermaid. In fish talk.
Who is able to sprout legs and join him and his new friends on their quest.
I thought she could hang out with us. Well, if that's okay.
She's a fish. Nobody said love's perfect.
Where they continue to encounter all of the danger Magic Island has to offer, including talking skeletons, tiki gods, with one voiced by Isaac Hayes,
I said, who goes there?
as well as a giant stone guardian, brought to life using Ray Harryhausen's dynamation technique, which blended stop-motion creatures with real backgrounds via rear projection.
We photograph the live characters first, and then reduce them on a little projection screen behind the model, and then animate the model to fit the movements of the actors. So I'm actually a people shrinker.
Apparently, this has the distinction of being the last film that utilized dynamation, as computer animation soon made this technique a lost art. The movies made at Full Moon Features are probably most remembered for their eclectic practical creatures and monsters, and I love that that was something they ported over to their family films division. I mean, this is the stuff that had stayed with me all these years later. A great team of artisans worked on these movies, and even though most of them were low-budget direct-to-video offerings, all of the creatures were lovingly designed and brought to life, giving even the worst of these movies such a unique charm.
Eat it. Eat it. Eat it now. Eat, Bill. Eat.
I am Carbassus, all-powerful sorcerer of the Seven Seas.
Never heard of it!
In the end, Jack and crew outwit Blackbeard, and in typical fashion, it turns out that the real treasure of Magic Island was not found in gold, but rather in them working together.
You're a good man, Mad Jack, a buccaneer, through and through.
Blackbeard's crew even decide to turn good and team up with Morgan's.
Are you serious?
Why, of course, we're very serious.
Quite.
Well, I suppose we could use a few more potato peelers.
With the story now complete, Jack is finally able to return home, where it turns out the whole thing was a dream.
All I could think of is that I should be home with my son.
Or maybe Lucretia just drugged him. It's never made clear. You know, I really didn't want to end this video with the same nostalgia-fueled sentiments that I tend to sum up other movies from this era with.
Sorcery, no doubt.
But it really is great to see so much hard work and craftsmanship go into a goofy direct-to-video kids movie.
It's my pleasure, Captain.
The costumes might be bad.
You can hardly blame me, Captain. I have not bathed in days by no choice of my own, mind you.
The jokes might be lame.
Lame, you say?
Yeah.
The effects might be cheesy. And the performances might be...
Get up off your barnacles, you lassies!
Actually, no. The performances are over the top. But these were exactly the type of things that made us fall in love with these movies as kids.
There, I've said it.
And I'm relieved that Magic Island wasn't just something my kid brain had dreamed up.
See ya.
This cane be mine.
I was saving it for your birthday.
God.